everyone's asking the wrong question. Why isn't Bitcoin pumping? Who cares? The real question is, who's buying while everyone else is waiting? Because this market looks dead. Bitcoin isn't moving. Ethereum is still disappointing. Crypto Twitter is quieter than it's been in weeks. And that's exactly when smart money gets to work. While retail waits for permission, the biggest players are building positions. Today we're covering the Fed decision, why institutions still aren't slowing down, and why August could be the month that finally wakes this market up. Let's get into it. Bitcoin spent another week moving sideways. No excitement, no panic, just consolidation. Most people hate this because retail doesn't make money from patience. Retail wants candles. Retail wants hype. Retail wants someone on X posting rocket emojis every 5 minutes. That's why they usually buy the top. Meanwhile, something much more important is happening. Volatility remains low, but futures open interest keeps climbing. Translation: more money is entering leveraged positions while price barely moves. That's pressure building. Markets don't stay compressed forever. When this pressure finally releases, the move usually surprises everyone. The only question is whether it explodes higher or flushes everyone who's over-leveraged. Now let's talk about the biggest event this week. The Federal Reserve kept interest rates exactly where everyone expected. No surprise, but the decision wasn't the story. Kevin Warsh's press conference was. Everyone wanted one thing, a clear signal that rate cuts are coming. They didn't get it. Warsh stayed cautious. He kept repeating that future decisions depend on inflation and economic data, and here's what most people missed. 3 Fed members actually voted for another rate hike. That's a much more hawkish signal than markets expected. Translation: higher interest rates could stay around longer. September is still completely open. And yes, crypto cares. Because liquidity moves markets. When money is cheap, people buy risk. When money is expensive, risk assets struggle. The Fed didn't crash crypto, but they definitely didn't give bulls the green light either. If you want signals like this for free, follow me on X and stay in tune with the latest trends and news in the crypto world. I post some of my intentions and trades every day, so if you feel capable of taking a beating from the market, get in. Here's what most crypto influencers still don't understand. Crypto isn't just about technology anymore. It's about politics. Every institution wants regulatory clarity before deploying serious capital. And that's why everyone is watching what's happening in Washington. Progress is happening, just slower than people hoped. But once the rules become clearer, the biggest money in the world becomes much more comfortable entering this market. Forget the hype. Regulation might end up being one of the biggest bullish catalysts of this entire cycle. Here's the difference between winners and everyone else. Retail buys headlines. Institutions build quietly. ETF products keep expanding. Investment infrastructure keeps improving. Big asset managers aren't waiting for Bitcoin to make new all-time highs. They're preparing before that happens. This is how every cycle works, you know? Retail waits until everything feels safe. By then, half the move is already over, of course. The market doesn't reward comfort. It rewards preparation. So where do we go from here? Open interest keeps rising, volatility stays low. Historically, that's a dangerous combination. The bullish scenario is simple. Institutions keep accumulating. Regulation improves. Macro conditions become more supportive later this year. But don't ignore the downside. Leverage is building. If Bitcoin loses a major support level, liquidations could hit fast. Our view? We're still cautiously bullish. We're not seeing crazy euphoria. Nobody's talking about quitting their job to buy meme coins. That's usually a good sign. August feels different and historically is a red month. Not because we know where price is going, but because markets never stayed this quiet for long. We're not chasing pumps, we're waiting for confirmation, then we move. Our prediction is Bitcoin gets the liquidity around $48,000 to $50,000 and then turns bullish toward around $100,000, which we already posted on our X account. For more insights and news, follow us and stay updated with the most recent things in the crypto world. Most people will keep staring at candles. We'll keep watching liquidity because that's what actually moves this market. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to Stanchain and hit the like button and let us know in the comments. Does Bitcoin break out in August, or is one more shakeout coming first? We'll see you in the next one.